Hey guys, so welcome back to Indirect Knowledge. So in this episode, we have a very special tarot card reading, and we're just going to use the initials ST um, for her, and just to protect privacy and everything. And she wants to know about a particular guy, and I'll just leave his name private, but just wants to know if it's her soulmate or twin flame, or the person that she's going to share the rest of her life with, that kind of thing. So let's find out. Everybody has different opinions about like twin flames, soulmates, relationships. And we all have our different philosophies on the way things should be. And that's often probably the reason why oftentimes in relationships things don't work out so easily. It's because you have two different opposing views, people seeing things differently. And that can be really, that can be a battleground, a playground, let's put it like that, a playground for disagreement. Yes, I know, fans. There's kitty cat here. Yeah, sometimes you got to give kitty cats attention. They demand it. Oh. Okay. So anyway, let's get into the reading. So the first, this is the card that comes up oftentimes when this is sort of like the rewards or the fruits of our actions. It's sort of like when we've done certain things right and we put our investment of time and energy and effort into those things, we can afford to take a day off, or we should take advantage of some of those some of the benefits or the good karma points, or whatever you want to call it, that we've achieved by doing certain things in a certain way to get those certain results. We've put in the hard work and effort. Let's enjoy some of the reward of that effort, and that's what this card tends to represent. Now, with regard to relationships in particular, this is really a card that's it more indicates kind of like we've become very comfortable with a relationship. We've put in a lot of energy into this relationship, and so has the other person. And for that reason, we can both stand to benefit. We don't have to be as, fragile around each other or each other's feelings. We've gotten to know the other person. We've invested the energy and the effort into it. Now things can be easier, just better for us. The next card that we have is the Seven of Swords. Now this one is sort of like the going it alone kind of situation. It may seem like sometimes in the relationship, I think this is true for a lot of people's relationships, just kind of in general, but you may find it somewhat especially true in this type of situation where, sometimes the person feels very invested and very there for you. And then in other times, they feel maybe like they're more focused in other directions. They can be painful, and our thoughts can get carried away with that. And that's kind of what's symbolic with this card. It's sort of the thief in the night, or the going it alone, where we're making such an investment in the other person, and that, forgive me, you guys, I got cat fur on me. Get up. Fancy, do you want to say hi? You say hi to everybody? You guys maybe can see Fancy Pants here. There's Fancy Pants. You see yourself, Fancy? It's you. Isn't she adorable? Yeah. Okay. Now watch this video get all the traffic just because Fancy Pants isn't. Just teasing Fancy Pants. But you are so precious. You're very cute, kitty. Anyway. So what I was getting at here, guys, is so sometimes with that, it's sort of like sometimes we need our space. We need to go it alone. We need to, sometimes when it comes to like life in general, relationships or our direction, it could be our job, our work. It's not enough. Like there's that part of us that feels like there's more to life than just working. There's more to life than just having this here baseless relationship with someone. Even if it's a great relationship, we may still feel compelled, like our soul may be driven into like a less material kind of direction, more of a spiritual kind of direction, that kind of thing. And sometimes we will honor that, and sometimes we will eschew it. I think I'm so sorry, you guys. I got so much cat here. She's so precious. Anyway, but sometimes, we will forego the material in lieu of the spiritual, leaving sometimes the material things behind because they're not as important to us anymore. Other times we may do the opposite. We may be like, well, I'm not quite there yet. Some people are able to just kind of leave things and pursue that path. But, I'm just not there. I wish I was, but I'm just not there. And so, the unknown, or that's just not what the decision that people tend to make. So there's a bit of psychology there with it. And finally, the last card that we have is this Five of Swords, and this five is about change. It's about that turbulence of fighting the world, or fighting against all the undercurrents of everything going on around us and in life, and it could be very different things. And for this, it's really like it's not the world against us. It's just different facets of different factions of our life, or different elements that are affecting us in different ways. And it's like a constant struggle. And that's what this card is really all about. This Five of Wands is about like we're moving in many different directions, and we're not really getting like a sense of closure in any of those directions, or like leeway, or really moving forward with things. And so they're a little bit of, it's like we keep on trying. It's like we haven't really been having a lot of luck, or it's like we're not getting through. It's sort of like there was a wall there that we're trying to overcome, like a blockage. And, we keep on hitting our stick against the wall. And if you do that enough, eventually that wall is going to come down, but it could take a long, long time. And then you have to ask yourself, was it really worth the effort or not? So, that's kind of where we're at with this whole relationship thing. So in terms of yes, yes, I mean, like in terms of the relationship thing, there is a yes factor here, but you have to understand that you guys' natures are different. And so because of the differences in your natures, yeah, Fancy, I know, I see it. Because of the difference in your natures, you just have to, be understanding that it's not always going to be exactly the way that you want it to be. There will be times where you need your space and you need to be doing your thing. He's going to need his space. He's going to be needing to do his thing. And you may feel like, things are not going to work out sometimes, but these cards are indicating that, as far as the relationship goes, it's there for you. But you have to understand that there needs to be a sense of security in the relationship, a good foundation built. There needs to be space that you guys can agree that you're not tied at the hip, so to speak, or that you don't have to be around each other all the time. There needs to be that. And then also there needs to be action, but it's like not always like taking sides outside of the relationship. In other words, like if the parents are saying, well, you should do this, or your best friend is saying this, or this, and this, that's different. Okay. Like take those kind of things somewhere else. When it's you and him, it's only about you and him. Don't involve other people with you guys, and things should be pretty good. I don't see any kind of negative downside or anything like that. I don't see like there's a loss of relationships or anything so much with this. In fact, it's almost like this relationship could become a very comfortable relationship at some point for you guys. So, the more that you invest into the relationship, the more you're going to get out. That's very promising, because that's not always the case in relationships, unfortunately. Sometimes people invest a lot, they get very little out, and then they maybe get resentful later on. I'm not really picking that's the case up with this. I think that both of you guys as individuals will be successful, but I also think in the relationship that success will follow you as well. There'll be the ups and downs like any other relationship, but that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions, about this or concerns or anything about the reading, please let me know. I'm always here for you as your tarot coach, as I am for everyone. If anyone watching this would like a tarot card reading, my information is in the description below this video. There's ways of reaching me via phone, via email. Please reach out if you need spiritual direction. As a monk, I do that also. And then also, if you guys would like, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. When we come on, if you want to ask questions live while I'm on the air, you're welcome to do that as well. So anyways, much love, many blessings. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Indirect Knowledge. Thanks.